Alright, welcome back to the next, welcome back to the other video, that expedition video that I promised on the earlier video. So, this is just a compilation of the expeditions from 3 days, right? This will be much shorter than the previous video that I showed you guys, because I had a much successful run, right? So, almost none of my snipers died, so I have a much more easier time. In fact, the previous video also happened while it was under Guild Wars Day. It was Guild Wars Day, so a lot of the bases are quite well set up, right? Here, I'll be encountering a lot of HBM bases, so my run will be much smoother. Okay, I'm not sure why I backed out there. I think maybe it was his warlock getting too close to my heroes. Okay, I'm actually having some trouble sniping his heroes. I think his golem is actually a stone skin golem, right? So he's taking my hits quite a bit. Okay, so here I just drop all my heroes, because I know that a golem won't be able to produce enough DPS to take out my Skull Knight, my Vlad, etc. Alright, so here I just drop all my snipers. Okay, actually I have a Thunder God in my lineup, because if you look at the previous day, if you look at the my previous video, you'll find that a lot of heroes died in that video. Alright, so everything resetted. Usually, if none of the heroes die, your lineup will remain the same. Okay, so here, I managed to snipe a lot of his heroes, but he still has his Skull Knight left. Right, his Skull Knight is actually hitting on my Pixie, and my Pixie actually died, but it came back to life because it had revived. It's actually quested revived, and has the main talent as War God. I'll be planning to upgrade my Pixie from War God 5 to War God 6 in the future if I have enough fame, because she's such a big help in Guild Wars and also expeditions. Okay, so another HBM base. I don't need to elaborate on this. I actually didn't set the playback speed. Just set the didn't change the speed of the recording. Right, so this is still 1.5 at this point. I'm actually doing a commentary. After play commentary. Alright, so obviously this is not me while I'm in game. Alright, because the thing is, when I'm playing this game, I'm in an environment where it's very noisy, so I have to actually edit and do the recordings in a very silent environment. So I'm unable to commentate while I play. In fact, that's much easier. So I would want that, but it's not possible in this situation. Right here, my Ares and my Warlock actually died, so I have to substitute their quests and also their artifacts. So do bear with me here. Right, I actually put my War God on the Warlock, which already have a War God talent, so that was quite stupid on my part. I think that's the reason why he wasn't hitting hard enough. I should have placed my Revive 4 on my Warlock. Okay, so a lot of building on the outer edges. I just drop all my snipers down as usual. The only dead threat is the Skull Knight that just died. Okay, it's not the only one left. Okay, yep, my Pixie was able to kill it before it proc. Pixie's proc actually removed buffs. So she's able to clear out Skull Knight's damage cap buff. Okay, so this is the next day. The previous day was actually completed, so this is a transition to the next day. Okay, so I place all my snipers down as usual. Oh, I forgot to mention. Oh, I think I exited the previous day expedition because I actually did on my last 15 minutes before server reset. So the server actually resetted while I was on my last run. So that was a bit unfortunate. So I didn't get to complete all my runs. That was why I was having such a short recording. So I didn't know this happened actually a while ago. I'm actually pre-commentating like 4 days after, so I won't be able to recall what exactly happened. But now that I remember it, it's actually because I was quite short on time, so I do everything very quickly. Right, so I was quite haphazard in my drop also. Yeah, so a lot of troops on the outer edges. I just dropped my snipers. Okay, his heroes are also single evolved, so they are very easy to take out. The thing about Warlock is that once he provides a deflect shield, right, if the enemy Dredric proc on your heroes, he'll be taking the deflect damage from all of your heroes, alright? So maybe he does about 20k to each hero. Let's put it at 10k for easy reference. Alright, so the Warlock shield deflect 50%. Alright, so it's taking 10k damage from 4 of my snipers. So that will be 40k of damage to him. Alright, so you can see that the Warlock's deflect is actually very good against the enemies. Okay, as you can see here, the heroes are getting very close to my snipers. I was actually able to kill the Storm Knight at the Calamity. Alright, because if I didn't, it would have revived and killed my Reaper. So that was quite lucky. Okay, there's a lot of buildings on the top, so I dropped my Ares there. You want your Ares and Warlock to walk as much as possible because they have a long cooldown. So you want Cupid to buff them up while they are walking around. Okay, so there are a lot of snipers in the opponent's formation, so it's very easy to take them down. Okay, the arrow towers are actually doing no damage at all to my heroes. I actually back out here because his Ares totem hit my heroes. But I managed to kill all his heroes, but I was afraid that like maybe I'll encounter some unexpected thing like a revive or something. So I back out just in case. Right, there's really no harm in trying again, and most I lose about 30 seconds. But it's better to be safe than sorry, I guess. Okay, so another HVM base. The reason why I didn't sped this video up is because it's very short, so I didn't felt the need to. Compared to my earlier video, it's like 2 times shorter, and my earlier video is sped up, so you can see the difference. So perhaps I should have sped it up because right now this is quite boring. Alright, I'm just doing the same strategy all over again. So yeah, I'll take note of that in the future. Okay, so I managed to clear everybody. Just drop my heroes down. I'm using a AZ recorder as my phone recorder. Okay, I'm actually doing my commentary on the desktop. Alright, but my phone recording device is the AZ recorder. It's actually have a mode called 1.5 speed. Alright, so it's able to record stuff in 1.5 speed, just that I can't speak through the microphone, which is perfect since I was in a noisy environment and I can't do that. Right, so now I'm doing commentary at a 1 speed. Alright, so basically I'm going through the videos at 1.5 speed. Okay, if I sped the video up to 2 times, to 1.2 times, the video will effectively be 1.5 times 1.2 times sped up. Alright, so just a bit of additional info. I highly recommend AZ recorder. Alright, it's been quite reliable and the file size is quite manageable. Each video will take about each video takes about maybe 100 megabytes for a 720p. Right, some can even last longer. Can even be much larger, like 300 megabytes. It depends on depends on a lot of factors actually. So sometimes it can be quite random. Expect the file size to be large if you are doing maybe 1080p. Right, it can go up to 1 gigabytes on your phone, so you'll run out of memory very fast. Okay, if you are having problems, you can always do something like recording some BlueStacks. Alright, okay, so this is a new day. This is my last day for my video. Alright, so for this particular day I actually had a rough time. My recording time for this day was actually longer than the usual, so expect some failures in here. I feel back out at this point. I think it was my heroes dying. I was afraid of my heroes dying under Drake's prop. Alright, also the Greenfin was unwilling to die, really unwilling to die. It had the mini NG buff on it, so I wasn't able to kill it. Right, you can see me retrying over and over again here because his Greenfield was refusing to die and keep on elbowing onto my snipers. Right, as you can see here, I backed out again because it started hitting on my snipers again. Right, I think it's a Stone Skin 6 Greenfield. It has to be at least a Stone Skin 6, or maybe it's on Victor Emblem. Okay, as you can see here, it's very low health, it's very little health, but it still refuses to die. The thing about Griffin is that your full heal once it procs, as long as it's skill 8 and above. So you have to be very careful. You definitely don't want it to full heal. Okay, I didn't manage to kill again in time. Alright, as you can see here, he had a sliver of health because of his NG heal. Okay, so this time I tried to place Pixie as far as possible from Greenfin. I should place him on Druid's side so that hopefully he won't get aggroed. And I also dropped Skull Knight. I think I actually misclicked. Yup. So I had quite a few attempts on this base, I guess. I accidentally dropped Druid here, so I think I backed out. Yeah, his Griffin refused to die until the very end. Okay, he finally died. Fortunately for me, it just barely I just barely managed to kill it under Calamity. Okay, it was almost about to full heal. So that took a bulk of my recording time. Okay, so I managed to kill all his heroes. This is a typical Guild Wars base. right? But you have to really be careful about particulars about this kind of bases, because flyers will just go over the walls and hit on your town hall, so you have to be extra careful. Right here, there's a lot of troops. I think I'm not sure why he kept those troops up, but I was able to stack on the troops and snipe all his heroes. Right, so yep, I just sent on my team in. Okay, he actually had a opening in front of his base, so it's obviously a trap. I'm not going to drop there until I snipe all his heroes. Most likely it's a Ares totem and a Medusa totem, or maybe a Santa Boom totem that deals massive damage. So you'll see here, oh, it's actually an Atlantical totem, right, with a lot of hero bombs. So you have to be careful about this kind of obvious traps. Okay, so a lot of fairy dragons are outside, so I just put my snipers down. Okay, actually we dropped everybody because my snipers were taking quite a bit of damage here, and they actually didn't kill the heroes um, before they get close. So I actually placed three of my snipers down on the top, away from Griffin, and two below. Okay, the main idea is to get rid of Griffin. He's actually the one causing the most trouble, because most people use stone skin on Griffin. Alright, so now I managed to clear the entire base, so let's drop all my heroes. So here I have Michael, which is quite worrying, because Michael has a ton of HP. So I think I skip this base. Yeah, skip it. When you see a Michael with a Griffin or an Anubis, there's just no point continuing. So here I actually went for it, which is quite surprising. I mean, those three are the most tanky heroes in the entire game right now. So the funny thing is, I actually managed to kill a lot of his. Yeah, I actually managed to kill the full team of heroes, which is quite surprising, because I would have imagined that they will take a few tries for me to clear. Okay, here there's actually a double evolved Griffin and a Drake. So, but the thing is, there are a lot of outer buildings, so I end up having a go at his base. Yeah, my Pixie was unable to kill his vet, so I back out. I'm not sure why I attempted this base, because his Drake and his Griffin had a lot of HP. So as you can see here, his Griffin start to aggro on my Reaper, so I backed out. This and the first base actually gave me a lot of headache and took the bulk of the time for this video. So both were not really smart decisions on my part, I guess. Alright, his Reaper, his Vlad aggro onto my snipers, so I backed out again. Okay, somehow my snipers hit a Ares totem. Okay, so I did end up having to skip the base, and you know what, I just stumbled upon the HBM base. So I could have done that from the start and saved myself about 10 minutes of my time. So yeah, that was quite foolish of me. So I just dropped everybody in. Okay, so Pumpkin Dude get revved up and my Vlad start clearing everything. Okay, here this base is also a bit dubious because there's not a lot of high HP outer buildings, and there's also a NATO nick. Alright, it's actually look at that. If you are viewing through YouTube, alright, look back at the video and see what exactly happened, because I think what happened was that Nick and Drake proc simultaneously, right? Not really simultaneously, but immediately after a little Nick proc, Drake proc. So my Ares and my Warlock was instantly killed, right? So you can see how weak my heroes are against AoE proccers, right? So I think this is the reason why the video was this long, because I lost my Ares and my Warlock. Okay, did I lose my Warlock? I think I lost my Ares by itself, which is a bit funny. I think my Warlock had an NG pad on him, so he was able to negate 40% of the damage. Because technically speaking, my Ares had more HP than a Warlock because he's single evolved. So I see a double evolved Nick and a double evolved Drake here, so I'm very hesitant to continue. Yep, I skip it. I was checking to see whether there's any double evolved Drake, but it doesn't seem like the case, so I drop all my snipers down. I was trying to be careful about the drop because I was trying to prevent his Skull Knight from aggroing onto my Reaper. His Skull Knight ended up having killed one of my heroes. So my Pumpkin Dude was the one that was killed. Right. So this time I didn't bother changing any crest since it was the last base. So I just want to get this over with. Right. His heroes doesn't have a lot of HP, so it was quite fortunate for me. Right. It's only the Center Boom and the what is it? I couldn't see what the last hero was. I think it was Snowzilla, or I'm not too sure, but I managed to clear anyway, so yep. So that will be the end of this video. I will see you guys next time when I compile another run of expeditions. Alright, so I'll be doing this in the next doing this kind of video again is in the next 4 days. Alright, so see you then. For now, I'm out. Bye.